at Flourish CA, and I'm really glad that you're here with me today. So we're going to talk about all these flowers, we're going to talk about vessels, we're going to talk about tools, and most of all, we're going to talk about how to make an arrangement out of foraged flowers. Hang on, and we're going to start in a minute. Let's talk about foraging and how we select our materials. There's a couple of really important rules though that we need to talk about before we start. We can't forage in state parks, we can't forage in local regional parks, that's off limits. There are a lot of protective native things that we can't forage. What you can do is, and what I've done, is I've walked in my neighborhood. I've found a lot of these things either on the side of the freeway where it's safe and where it's not protected. I've found them in my neighborhood, either on neighbors' yards where I walk by and I've asked if it's okay if I clip some things. And then I've found some things right around me. So a lot of it's based on discretion, a lot of it's based on asking, but there is a lot around. The other thing you really have to think about, and sometimes I forget because I get excited, but I don't want you to, is safety. When you forage on the side of a road, you need to park your car or you need to stop in a place that's safe where you're visible and seen. You have to look out for poison oak, poison ivy, pricker bushes. You need to see if there's water, if there's anything that you shouldn't be stepping on. They're common sense things, but when you're excited and you find something beautiful that you want, sometimes you forget about it. So I just wanted to call out those foraging 101 tips just so you have some idea. I want to talk to you about one other benefit of foraging, and that is all about seasonality. It's super important and super, I think, amazing that we have an opportunity, especially in California, to forage and use seasonally appropriate things. I would say that whenever it's possible, I would try to use something that's locally sourced. And if you're not able to find things locally to pick, I would go out to your local market. I think that Trader Joe's always has great flowers. They have things from Oregon, they have a lot of things from California. Whole Foods has a great floral department. I would know that Byrite in the city uses a lot of local farms flowers. My local market has flowers from local farmers as well, and I just think that's amazing. So I just wanted to put a plug in for the local and seasonal product. It's healthier, it's kinder to the earth, and it really reflects the beauty that's around us in a timely way. So let's work on something that's small. This is a creamer size vessel. I tried to pick something again that was going to be more accessible for you guys, and it has a really small, narrow opening. For me, this is the perfect size. It's really sweet, it goes anywhere. I have them all over my house because I just love flowers, and the more the merrier, and I just love to put them everywhere. So they're also wonderful for a simple gift. You know, this is something that you can put together for somebody if you go over to their home, or if somebody's down, or somebody in the office needs a little cheering up, or just wants some beauty, or you want some beauty around you. This is a really quick, easy way to do it. And these vessels, again, are simple to find. It doesn't have to be this one, but it's a great example. So this arrangement, we're going to make more colorful, and we're going to play around. So we're going to bring these camellias out. I just love them so much. The flowers are so intricate and gorgeous. I hope you can see that. They almost look like roses. They grow wildly and they grow all over the place. They come in so many different colors. So this is pretty droopy. We're going to see how it works in the vessel, and I'll play around with it. I'm going to take away some of the leaves because I really don't want to distract from the flower. So you have to remove the leaf carefully. It usually can just pop off. There's a chance I might lose the bloom, which would be a bummer, but if that's what happens, that happens. So I'm going to take off some of the leaves so that I can really see this beautiful flower. I'm going to trim it and get it in the water. I know it's going to hang over the edge a whole lot, but we're going to try this out and see how it goes. Maybe we can put some other elements in here that hold it up a little bit more. So I have some of my remnants that I cut before that I love. I cleaned off the bottom. I'm going to put this in and I'm going to snip it in just to give a little balance. So one of the things we haven't talked about is water level. I don't know why, but I have this habit of putting water in halfway, but these are shorter stems, so if we need to add water, we should put water higher up. We don't want water all the way up to the neck of the flower because that just doesn't give it enough breathing space, and then if there's any chance of getting the leaves or the greenery in the water for them to rot, that's not going to be healthy for the life of the plants, because part of what we're trying to do is create arrangements that we like and that we want to last. So I have a little bit more of the broom. I'm going to put it in. Again, it has a little extra color, which I think is fun. I'm going to place it. So sometimes, again, remember we talked about design on the fly. Sometimes you design and you do things and you don't like them. I think what's bugging me the most, and this might just be me, is that this bloom is beautiful but too droopy. So I took her off. I'm going to try this and see if this is a better balance. I feel a little bit better about that. So I feel like I still have a great focal point. I have great color and I can really see the blooms. But again, I need something taller. This is too strong. The leaves are overwhelming. They distract from the whole arrangement. This is kind of delicate as it is. So we have to find something else to make that work. So we're going to put it back. And I think what we're going to do, even though I use some of my scavenger pieces, I have a couple that I can use again. This one's a little longer. Make sure it's clean. Give it a clip. I'm always clipping, even though I might have clipped it recently. I'm always giving a fresh clip because I want everything to get a good drink of water. So this is good. I'm creating some height. I'm creating some of that asymmetry, but it's still not tall enough. So I'm going to take just one more piece. I'm going to clean this piece up. And don't worry, I'll clear the space so you get a good look at this arrangement after. That is way too tall. I love the idea of it, but when we talked about proportion, this is a little bit out of proportion. So I'm going to give it a little bit more of a clip. Sometimes it's trial and error, and that's okay. That's how I learn. That's how you guys learn. And nothing else, there's no right answer. There are definitely designs and ways to do things that are more pleasing, but there's no right way with the material. The material tells you. I dropped something, and I actually think I want to use it. So I'm going to clip it. I'm going to clean it off again and put it back in. What I'm trying to do is create a frame, like I spoke to you about, and some balance. So I feel like that is a little bit better. These little vase arrangements can be super simple and super impactful. We don't need a lot in them. We just need to create some balance. One of the things we didn't talk about that's important, we can make the front beautiful, but the back, we don't want to leave it sad. It's kind of like when you go to work, if you went to bed and you didn't comb your hair in the back, you look fine when you're appearing, but when you walk away, it's all bedhead. The bedhead's not bad, but we can kind of smooth it out a little bit and make it look better. Hopefully that analogy resonated with some of you and you know what I mean. So I just want to create a back that's interesting. So I know I'm filling in one more piece of the brim to balance things out. And this short flower that we cut, I think this is going to be perfect in the back, just to even out the arrangement and make it pretty. I think that's going to be awesome. So see, we put it in the back, but it also adds some interest in the front. I don't know if you can see the angle, but it gives you a little bit more to look at. We have two elements in here, and doing two elements in an arrangement is fine, but of course I'm going to try to squeeze in something else and see what might work in here. And as you may have suspected, it's probably going to be a vine. So I have this cute little piece of honeysuckle that's kind of not as viney as some of the other pieces, but it's really beautiful and it has a wonderful shape. So I'm going to see if I can fit this in here. And it just so happens that I think it's going to be the right height. Or maybe not. Maybe it's short and maybe that's going to be okay too. Let me look. So I want it to face me. I want this to come forward because I want you as the viewer to see something beautiful when you're approaching this arrangement. So that's it. I'm just going to do these elements. I have my focal point, which is the color in the flower. I'm creating interesting line with the broom. Again, I'm loving asymmetry. I promise we'll do something that's more symmetrical and balanced. But I don't know, in times that are a little bit crazy, I like things to be a little loose and free. So that's what we're doing here. And then I have this really wonderful honeysuckle vine that I think just balances things out. So I feel like, I don't know, this could be an awesome gift. You could bring this with confidence to somebody. You could give it as a gift, and it could be a thank you. It could be I'm thinking about you. It could be I think you're awesome. It'd be a great gift to self. And again, I would put this by a bed, or I would enjoy it, or have somebody else enjoy it as well. So I think for the littles, the idea is keep it simple, keep it full, and make it something that's interesting, that it has interesting line. So we've got the proportion, we've got the line, and we've got focal points. I really, really enjoyed creating with you today. I love talking about foraging. I love talking about design and some of the principles. Hopefully you got a good taste for some basic arrangement and easy tips on how to make some things. There's so much beauty around us. I hope that you're enjoying it. I hope that you're able to look at it and get outside. I hope that you're safe and well. My name is Ann Razulis. My business is Flourish CA. You can find me on Instagram at FLEURISHCA. I also have a website, flourishca.com. You can go see some of the work I've done.